Podcast. Midnight Paco. Midnight Paco Podcast. Midnight Paco Podcast.
Yeah, trucker, blast trucker. Hey, light. Also Puerto Rican. Ladies and gentlemen, Cool Steve
Yo!
Yay.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Midnight Paco Podcast. As always, you can follow me at Justin Fuller Comedy on Instagram.
I am the _great_COREE. You can follow me at Instagram. And you can follow us both at the Midnight Paco Podcast on Instagram. We have a special guest in the house, as you can see. This is Mr. Spike Lou. Where can they find you at?
Social medias are Uncle Lou 216, Uncle LOU 216.
Dope.
That's what's up. Everybody, please hit the like, subscribe, notifications if you would. Appreciate everybody out there.
Yeah.
Episode of the Midnight Paco Podcast brought to you in part by the Acumen Paralegal Services. Help you help yourself the legal way. The services that they offer is they help with documents that need to be typed, guardianships, probate, divorce, wills and trust, complaints, business organization, financial planning, and legal research and writing. Go ahead and give them a call at 216-727-0049 or 216-456-2000. Michelle White will get you right.
So what's going on? Appreciate having you on finally.
Oh, man,
Mr. Spike Lou is in the house.
Listen, I'm so excited to be on the Midnight Paco Podcast. Like, they gave me a shirt, man. I had to wear the shirt. I'm so excited to be on the show, man. Like, I'm a big fan of y'all's, for real. Like, thank you for being on the show.
Appreciate it.
I like what y'all do.
Appreciate
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So what I like to get everything started off with is, I don't want to put out how old you are, so we'll just ask, how long have you been doing this, sir?
First of all, I look good for any age.
Exactly.
Let's start there.
Exactly. Look at this gentleman up here.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Hey, listen. You know what black don't do? You know
Don't
what I'm
crack,
saying?
baby.
You know what it don't do?
I've heard.
And it's funny because tomorrow's actually my birthday, September 7th.
Yes.
Yeah, happy
It's
birthday,
my
bro.
birthday. Thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
I'll be 48 years old, man.
That's what's up.
48 years old.
You say that day in good company, sir.
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, yes, sir. Clanking and clank. You know what I mean?
Clank.
What's up? But as far as doing comedy, man, I just been my whole life.
Right.
You know what I mean? I used to get in trouble for doing this. Now I get paid. It's
Right.
weird.
Right.
You know
So
what
how
I'm saying?
long has it been
classroom.
since you actually been on stage doing comedy?
I don't really count, but I would say more than 10 years. Like maybe 12, 13 years, maybe.
Dope.
Something like that,
So you're
man.
a
But it's
veteran
like,
in the game.
yeah. I remember. Shout out to John Bruton.
Shout out to John Bruton.
Shout out to John Bruton, man. He had an open mic. I forgot the name of the place. And I went up and I got booed.
Really?
But here's the thing, like everybody there got booed that night. I just got booed less. So
Okay. There you go. There you go.
Less.
I got booed less than everybody else.
They liked you just.
Yeah,
They disliked you just a little bit less. That's dope.
And I won. So so shout out to John Bruton for that, man.
Congratulations on that.
You know what? I would like to take a time out to shout out all the Cleveland comics because to me, I always tell everybody, Cleveland is like the Apollo.
Yeah.
You know how you used to go on the Apollo and people got booed? The whole city is like, I always say that because I was at the concert where Charlie Murphy got booed. I was there.
We said Charlie Murphy?
They booed Charlie Murphy off stage. It was Mike Epps, Charlie Murphy, and it was a young lady. I can never remember her name, but she was dope. I think her name was Shantae, maybe.
Shantae Wayans, maybe?
No, it wasn't. It was before she got.
Okay. She dope.
Yeah, she is. Shout out to Shantae Wayans. But and she came out like, I don't know what the fuck y'all want me to do. Like, but yeah, we sat there and Charlie Murphy was like, y'all gonna let me finish? Cause I already got paid, so I don't give a fuck. So that's what he said, and he got off stage. And we was just sitting there looking at this empty stage for like 20 to 30 minutes. And I was mad at everybody. Because he was doing the same thing that he did on the Chappelle show.
What do you mean?
He was a storyteller.
Yeah.
You know, but
He wasn't
Cleveland,
telling those stories.
he was telling stories, but Cleveland won't joke. Bam, make me laugh again. Ha ha. Make me laugh again.
And
Make me laugh.
And shout out to your Charlie Murphy impression.
Thank you, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you, but that's what it was. And he got off stage, and we sat there and watched the stage.
Charlie Murphy, man. Like,
Man, Cleveland is rough.
Hey, hold on. Everyone don't know, but we got Gene Miller in the crib too.
Gene is here. He really here.
Hey, Gene, Gene, run up to the camera real quick. Go ahead, give a shit.
Put your head in the face.
Right here.
Yeah, man.
Uh-oh.
Are you gonna come around this way?
Uh-oh, he hit Punchy. It's official.
Take Punchy. Look.
Look at Gene. He's here.
Building, man. My man Spike Lee, man.
Yeah, man.
That's what I'm saying. Cool C.
I'm fanning out right now.
Y'all know what time it is, man. Let's do it.
Yeah.
You know he's up next. He's in the batter. He's in the
He's on the lower deck. He coming up next. Look, you know what? We should probably make it a tradition. You know how they used to rub the Apollo, the stump on the Apollo. Whoever come on the show, they gotta punch you.
You gotta punch him.
Yeah, like pow, and get on the show for good luck. Yeah, but we got Spike Lee in the house, man. And when I first started doing comedy, let me see. I talked to Burner.
Okay.
He's one of my frat bros.
Okay.
And I said, yo, Burner, I'm doing comedy.
Spike turn. It's a little bit more towards you. You can bend it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I said, yo, Burner, I'm doing comedy. You know, any advice? 'Cause I know he was doing comedy. And he said, he gave me some names. And this is what Burner told me. He said, Jamel Burner Rankins. He said, don't let the laughs get to you. Don't let the lack of laughs get to you. That's what he told me. Great advice. I still keep that and I pass that on. And he said, here goes some cool people to know in the game. He gave me Anthony Mayo, Aunt Morrow. He said Spike Lou. He gave me Jin. And I reached out and I met everybody that he named because they was on my bucket list. Everybody that he named, I looked up and researched.
Yeah. And
Spike Lee was one of them. I met him at a pizza shop. Giovanni's, was it? Where was the pizza shop at?
I don't know, man. I'm a big foodie, so I'm subject to eating. I just got hit the Angelo's on the west side.
It was one of Milton Wiley's shows.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Giovanni's out in Euclid.
Euclid. Yep. And I don't know if you remember or not, but I was like, yo, Spike, I'm Cool C. I just wanted to meet you, man. I said that at Giovanni's, and he was like, all right, bro, yeah.
I wasn't like that, man.
He was like
I'm Hollywood or something.
He was like, yeah, all right, yeah. You do comedy? Okay, yeah. I was like, no, he was cool, man.
You know what's funny though? I'm gonna tell you, like, because we just regular people. Like, people are just people.
100%.
But it's funny, like, once you put a camera in front of a person long enough, suddenly their opinion matters more. Right. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or, I don't know, it's weird, man. Like, I got a free pizza one time. Like, this lady, I appreciate the love, but she could have got fired behind that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Everyone knows that they can get away with at their jobs.
Hey, shout out, man. Like, she always get free tickets to any of my shows.
Right, fresh benefits. She sent me a
free pizza, man. Like, it's different. It's an adjustment. I can tell you that. It's an adjustment.
All right, so we got Gene Miller and we got Spike Lee in the house. Spike Lee has a comedy special that you could tune in on.
That's right.
And it's on Tubi, right? Mm-hmm. Mama Lulu's comedy tour that was shot here in Cleveland, Ohio. It was featuring Spike Lee, Gene Miller, and LOL Brielle.
Kevin Ford.
And Kevin Ford. Shout out to Kevin Ford. Yeah. And that was a great show. If y'all haven't seen it, y'all got to tune in and watch it. Tune in and watch that. If you like laughing,
right,
that's what you would do. You'll tune in and watch that.
Yeah. Shout out to Clear Rain Management, man. They put that together. Mitchell Hawkins, the Vita Hawkins, the Hawkins family, man. They put that together. So shout out to them.
Right. Yeah. What made you? Wow. Okay, you did this special. What made you say you had to do it here in Cleveland?
Well, like I said, Clear Rain Management, man. They hit me up, presented the opportunity, like, hey, we want to do a high end type of show, and they were really looking like their vision was more or less to, augment the comedy show experience. Okay. And they had live band, and they had comedy, and they had food vendors, and they had just like it was an experience.
Yeah.
They want to do that, you know what I'm saying? They was like, and we want you to headline it. And immediately my heart dropped.
right.
From then on, I had one very long anxiety attack. You know what I mean? And to be honest, man, like I felt like I'd be a light hog if I didn't share it. My network is too strong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna take a little bit of explaining to do this. So even when trying to pick who I wanted to be on the show with me, I knew so many great comedians, local comedians.
Right.
We had to have auditions. It was the only fair thing to do.
Okay.
You know
I remember that was going on.
Yeah, we had auditions, man. So we did that, and the people picked who you saw. Man, everybody kept saying, "No, get Gene. You need Gene." And I didn't even know Gene like that.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. Gene offered me $250. No bullshit. He offered me, he's like, "Hey, look, nigga, I'm gonna slide this $250." No, man, we gonna do this the right way.
That's
you know?
hilarious.
But we was at Bliss Bistro. It's called Cousins now out in Euclid. Shout out to Bliss Bistro, man. The people there every week because we kept inviting folks back, round for round, whatever. And they kept saying, "No, you need Gene. You got to get Gene." And it's like, so we got Gene, you know what I mean? And LOL Brielle.
Shout out to LOL Brielle.
Yeah.
Eastside
Like,
Productions.
and I wanted, and to be honest, man, the way I wanted to be structured, I thought about how Snoop, first album, he had Lady of Rage. Snoop was not the first person to rap on his album to kick off his career. Snoop wasn't the first person to rap. It was Lady of Rage. He had a lady bless first. You know what I'm saying? So in that same mindset, I was like, nah, Bree got to go first. Bree got to go first. You know what I mean? And kick the dough in, man. Like even if you type in Mommy's Lulu, you'll see Bree's picture there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She kicked in the door for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I closed it. Gene do his thing, Kev. And I close it out. Like it was a great experience, man. It was an amazing experience.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, I made it my business to watch it because my theory is that's one of y'all. That's you. One of my things is, I support people, and I'm like, I ask comedians all the time, like, y'all never watch Lulu's tour, Mama Lulu's tour? Why not? I'm like, we got to change that for real. Cleveland comedy and Cleveland entertainment, we got to start supporting our own. I'm like, so why you didn't see it? I said, so how many people has a comedy special that you can actually reach out and touch?
Right.
That's got a comedy special.
Right.
That like, why you not watching that? So I also got to practice what I preach, and I saw it like a couple of times.
Right.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And it's like, and then and when I was doing my thing at Grown Ups, man, I got a lot of no's,
right?
But I got a lot of yeses, and the yeses is to me what counts.
Right. 100%.
Spike Lee came, he represented for me.
Yeah.
Gene Miller came on a couple of times and represented for me because hey, like I say, these guys are the truth. Cleveland comedy is on the rise. Godfrey.
Seventh time he's called Godfrey out.
I mean, I'm just saying, I had to call Godfrey out because I was on his live and he was like, okay, Cleveland comedy's on the rise. No, bruh. You got to put some spec on it.
7 times. 7th at least.
You got to put some spec on it. I put Cleveland comics up against the world. Period.
Nah, for real, man. And I mean that. In all respect to legends and literally everybody. I honestly don't care who you get.
I mean, you talking about Cleveland. You talking about Cleveland being tough. I ain't had no problems.
Listen, man, I'm from the era. The way I grew up was roasting. I grew up in the 90s on St. Clair, going to Lincoln West and FDR off St. Clair, bro. I was poor. There's gonna be listen, man. If you Google me, you'll see a picture of me in 4th grade. It was a class picture. You know how niggas have polo sweaters with the horse and all that. It was just a dude walking with a hammer. That was it. He wasn't a polo. This nigga was solo. This is a real picture. I had a Jerry curl in a solo sweater, nigga. You had to learn how to write, nigga, to survive.
Hello.
This wasn't about jokes, nigga. This is not getting beat up on the bus going home.
Hey.
I got to roast this nigga back.
Yeah, the sweater with a nigga with a hammer.
He was just walking with the hammer. I swear, I would pull up the picture.
Look,
you'll see it.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way.
Nigga, I had to roast niggas, man.
I was the same way. Look, I wasn't swinging like Spike Lee, but after getting roasted so many times, you had to learn to fight back.
Oh yeah.
My junior high school, I had a black pair and a white pair of Orbits. Nobody never heard of
What
those.
is Orbits?
They were shoes. It was
There were
Orbits.
shoes called Orbits? Ooh.
So you know I got roasted, right? You know I got roasted. Come on now.
Hey, you had 2 pair of them?
I had a white pair and a black.
Let me get them and let me get them.
The worst pair you could wear was the AJ 900.
Look, I had some
You had
Orbits.
some Orbits.
That was the grocery store shoes, man. The XJ 900s, man.
Look and I thought I was clean with my Orbits.
For every occasion.
I've
That's what it was.
Okay, so that's so if
follow them on Instagram.
so come to my show, talk crap if you want to. I wore Orbits. That's all I'm saying. That's period. That's all I'm saying.
I wore Pro Wings. At least that was like a name brand
Yeah,
off brand.
I ain't even never heard Orbit.
I feel pretty good about my Pro Wings now.
I had some Orbits.
Orbits, bro.
Orbits.
Hey, man, listen.
Orbits.
Listen, man, I'm gonna tell you something real, man. I say this all the time, and I say this with so much respect, so much admiration, so much just like legendary love. Lazy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony is one of the coldest roasters you will ever meet in your life.
Shout out to Lazy.
Man, I went to school with them, and we wasn't necessarily friends, but we knew each other. You know what I mean? But man, them cats would roast you. I'm talking. You know how like Tom and Jerry, when they run up and just be on site, they just start stealing on you. That's how he would roast you. It'd be months later. There you go. Like. That's the era I came from, man. So we talking about roasting and all that, man. Like, it was survival of the fittest. For real. You was either battle rapping or you was roasting. You know what I'm saying? That's the era I came from, man. So that's when I say my team from Cleveland can go to any city and roast anybody, and I don't care, man. I'm dead serious.
Yeah. I'm you know, I tell people I'm from the basement. You know, my barber, I used to have hair. I wasn't always bald, goddammit.
Yeah.
I used to have hair. My barber cut for the money team. Okay. And we started out in that basement there. So you was getting sniped from all ends. If you came in there, so it was like you had to sink or swim. I became a swimmer. And then it's Tropical Storm on Buckeye. You know, that's where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? So it's like sink or swim with the roasters.
Y'all ain't got shit on the mean streets of Erie, PA, dog.
Where they don't wash their windows.
Draw me off an Erie. I roast everybody. Respectfully, the art of roasting is what I'm talking about. The art of roasting.
I don't mean
The art of roasting.
I don't mean no harm.
No.
What I'm saying is we gonna talk about them Orbits. That nigga had the ultimate buddies. Okay, they made the song up of buddies. They cost $1.99. Buddies, they make your feet feel fine. Buddies.
Shout out to G Miller.
G Miller.
More grocery store shoes.
Hey, shit. Hey, look.
Bring me back.
That nigga had the liquor store days before
Hey,
You have to change your bit to from Buster Brown's to Orbits.
y'all can say what y'all want, but nobody wouldn't touch me on the moonwalk. Wasn't no grip on them.
Right. Your soul was crazy.
I was sliding like I had powder on the floor.
Slide some oil, nigga. You moonwalk back home.
Need another water?
I'm good, man.
Yeah. Hey, Gene Miller. Not Gene Miller. I'm sorry, Spike Lee. You said you was doing comedy for like 10 years.
Yeah, 10.
Man, just tell me, like, what were some of your comedy influences, famous and unfamous, like local and famous, like, because I know for a fact I got some people that maybe not be well known around the world, but they influenced me in comedy.
Well, first I would say, man, I'm not the funniest person in my family. Like my family is crazy. Matter of fact, my cousin Nikki, she just went viral for every school year. She does a PowerPoint presentation on how what's not going to happen and this ain't that as far as kids adjusting to the new school schedule or whatever. And she was just on the Today Show,
nice
because of it.
Shout out to Nikki.
Yeah. So her and her son Kai. Kai's a great kid, man. He plays football. He's a good kid.
Dope.
And
Shout out to them.
You know, I'm not the funniest person in my family, man. Like my father, the reason I named my first album, I mean seriously, because that's what he'd always say. Like he'd crack a joke and like, I mean seriously, like, and he'd always say that. So I named my first album, I mean seriously. My Uncle John, like anytime I say some, you know, dirty old man stuff, I'm channeling my Uncle John.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not the funniest person. My cousin John, I wish John could get on one of these stages, man.
Right.
Y'all don't know my cousin John, but trust me, man. I'm not the funniest person in my family.
Right, there's people.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm not. You know what I mean? But and my sister, I can roast everybody on earth except my sister.
I feel you.
I can't do it.
My sister too.
I can't do it. You know what I mean? But
I get everybody in my family.
yeah, it's just like, you know, it's just in me to crack jokes. Like I say, man, I've lost jobs. I'm like for real, because I'm very petty.
I know the
like,
feeling.
Very sharp witted and petty too. Like that shit don't mix all the time.
Right.
You know, but now it worked out. I get paid. I don't know.
So who are some of your like famous influences? Like give me like a top 5 Mount Rushmore maybe.
Oh, gotta be Richard Pryor. You got the trifecta. You got Richard, Red Fox, Richard, Eddie, right?
3, 2 more.
I forgot who my 4th was. I gotta think about that 4th. The last one was D. Ray Davis.
Shout out to D.
It
Ray.
was D. Ray Davis. I can't think of the 4th one was, but D. Ray Davis, man, like that dude. I feel like he don't get enough shine, to be honest. Just as a fan looking at, you know. But D. Ray had me. I died at a D. Ray concert, man. I'm not. You can tell. Ask my wife, man. I would laugh so much I stopped breathing, and didn't care that I stopped breathing.
Right.
I couldn't stop laughing.
Right.
I was about to die at D. Ray show, man.
Yeah, D. Ray is hilarious.
So
man. He's a real
it's
person.
good doing comedy and still going out and watching other people do comedy, right?
Yeah, there's some
You
of the
know what I
comics
mean?
that don't watch other comics.
Yeah, no, I man, dude, I just saw them at the Fox Theater in Detroit, man, and I just sat back and just critiqued the show, and it was beautiful, man. At the end of it, they had Juvenile, Juvie came out, man,
shit.
Back
And
that thing up.
yeah, man, and they just it was like they did a show and they understood the lineup as it pertained to the culture and the demographic of the people that was there.
Okay.
Like you can tell they studied who was going to be there, and they gave them what they wanted, and they closed it with Juvie.
Back that
Nice.
thing
Like I
up.
be studying shit, man. Yeah.
One of my faves back in the day.
Yeah. That's dope and that's tough. But you know, here's the thing, you know, and I tell you this, like outside of comedy, you also is connected to these youth out here in the streets of Cleveland.
Yeah, man.
And we need to have a connection of you know, I always say a positive male active role model.
Yeah.
And it's kind of rare in the city of Cleveland, but you are one of those because you in these schools.
Yeah.
You working
Right.
with these kids.
Yeah.
That's important. I mean, like your comedy is dope. I'm a fan of your comedy, but you know, it's like you know, you make me laugh, but it's like in addition to that, you like also preventing a youth from going down the wrong path, or you showing them another way.
Right,
Yeah.
big time.
Because you like connected to them. Like, can you tell us or touch on some of that you do in the school system?
Yeah,
Like,
man.
what exactly do you do?
Well, currently I'm a behavior specialist.
Okay, so what is a behavior specialist?
So behavior specialist is basically I deal with moods and attitudes, you know, to simplify it, you know.
What
But
age range?
I got middle school. I
Okay.
got 6th and 8th grade.
Ooh.
Yeah. But
Hormones
men.
all day.
They baby men.
Yeah.
and the
Like,
girls
right-
too, man. The girls, they you know,
Yeah.
all of them as a unit, man. Kids just go through it, man.
Oh,
Right.
you ain't lying.
What I learned is they just need somebody to listen. That's it.
They need somebody to listen to them, or for them to listen to you.
Both.
Both.
Because like at some point, man, they feel like adults have this hierarchy and they're pointing shame
Right,
at you
right.
and just
Right.
you.
Right.
You know what I mean? And these kids just ain't on it. These kids are a complete factory reset. Everything you know about the youth, forget about it. It's a brand new day.
Good
Right.
It's a brand new day. We work for them.
Right.
And the sooner we understand that, we'll be better off, man. We work for them. Now, they ain't going to run up on us.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? Real talk, man. And these kids, and they're so advanced and
Absolutely.
and they're curious, but they don't know what questions to ask.
Right.
And then the problem is a lot of it, man. To be honest, you get older cats like our age, and they're bitter.
Right.
Because they window closed, so they try to ride down on the young
Right. You ain't got nothing. Yeah.
You know what? I hate when Noriega do this, but I'm gonna do it right now. This dude got Uncle Lou 216 on his glasses right now. Like, look, let's give it a pound for that right quick. He got his name Uncle Lou 216 on his glasses, but shout out to that. No, not taking away from what you were saying, but that's some dope stuff, and that's real, bro. Like I said, I wasn't the best student. I'm a 10th grade dropout. I didn't have no Uncle Lou. I didn't have. I had guidance counselors. I used to go suspended from my what do they call them? Like, they had the principals, and then they had the assistant principals.
Yeah, and then OSS,
in-house suspension.
Yeah.
And then I didn't have nobody in between. So, like, shout out to you and salute to you for doing that and for being there for these kids, man. And that's dope.
Yeah, it's different coming from somebody else. You know what I mean? Because everyone, nobody wants to listen to their parents. Shit, I tell my wife stuff, and she'll listen to somebody else telling her the same thing. You know what I mean?
So
nobody, they got to hear from somebody else.
If I can give y'all a little bit of game as parents, your kids are not going to listen to you.
Right.
You are the corniest, lamest, wackest, get the fuck out my faceest person that they've ever met in their life.
My son thinks I'm pretty goddamn
cool. Uncle Junior is the coolest nigga ever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And even though you help Uncle Junior raise and become the man he actually is, what you saying ain't talking about nothing. But everything is cross promotion.
Right,
That's all it really is, cross promotion.
Yeah.
My nieces listen to Uncle Lulu, like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say no name, but I got nieces listening to me, don't want to listen to their mom or daddy.
True. Facts.
And vice versa. My kids don't listen to shit I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
But when Auntie Odie pull up and it's, I get what you're saying. Like, it's just cross promotion, man. That's the beautiful thing about having real family around you, because you create that village. And there's a bubble there that kids know that they're safe and they can go ahead and speak their mind. Even if I can't tell dad, I can tell Unc.
Right.
I can tell Big Cuz.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like that, man. And so even inside the schools, I try to recreate that that village or become a part of that village, because I got a great bunch of coworkers I work with. Like, even my boss. They're, you know what I mean?
Right,
like, they're really
right.
here for the kids, man.
Yeah.
So I feel real blessed in my position.
Right.
But that's what it's all about. You just got to create the village, and you don't have to be perfect.
Right.
Whatever you do, help them kids.
Yeah.
If you drink, if you like to drink, some of these kids are tasting drink. Y'all remember back in the day, niggas drank Cisco,
Thunderbird,
Thunderbird, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all remember
Thunderbird with Kool-Aid.
15, 16 years old drinking Cisco.
Boone's Farm.
So even if,
Ronald and James.
even if that's what your thing is, you can coach those kids. Hey man, not right now.
Right.
It's gonna be here. And plus you drinking crap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You drinking rock gut liquor.
Yeah.
Rock gut.
Like, whatever it is, man.
Shit, they're
whatever
taking from
you
their
do.
parents. They're thinking.
Yeah, and the biggest thing I can tell, I talk a lot, man. So you gotta forgive me.
No, go
But
ahead.
that's why you're here.
The
Yeah.
biggest
We want
thing I
you
can tell anybody, especially any black men, not to exclude anybody, but especially black men, go up to any school. I don't care who, if it's your niece's school, your cousin, I don't care, and say, how can I help? Just go to the front desk. Hey, how can I help y'all today? First of all, everybody, I was gonna get fucking.
I never even thought about doing that.
All you gotta do. Even if there are ways for you to get what you want accomplished, if that's in your heart.
Right.
It's biblical at a point.
Right.
God doesn't call the qualified; He qualifies the called. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no degree in this. I got a degree in graphic design. I can make a hell of a flyer.
There you go. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'll flyer your ass off. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You like a superstar in the month. You know, but it's just one of those things you get called to, man. But I would tell anybody, especially black men, but anybody though, for real, just say, if it's really in your heart, how can I help?
Right.
That's it.
Right.
That's it. And that's it.
It's tough, man. People, there's a lot of things people say they want to do, and you go to work, you come home, you're like, cook dinner, and you're like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna relax, take a shower. It's tough, man. Especially if you go to the gym, work out, trying to keep your body in shape. That's another thing. It's people, to try and do extra things. In life,
extra things. I get what you're saying. Like,
tough.
doing extra things outside of work. Especially me.
Yeah. I mean, you got to really have the call. That's what I'm saying.
You got if it's on your heart.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
It's very what they say the harvest is great, but the laborers are few.
Yeah,
That's a real thing.
But
Yeah, no, 100%.
to piggyback on what you're saying, if it's in your heart to do something or try to want to make a difference, like if maybe on your vacation days, if you ain't doing nothing, go up to the school.
You can go one day out the month,
Right.
like literally one day. Dude,
Plan it, yeah.
It's so needed in these schools. I just have a glitch to where I can't take anything seriously. So I got to crack a joke at every point. There's nothing I can't make fun of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for me personally, it's like, okay, I can help these kids, and it fuels I got material.
All day.
You know what I'm saying? I can talk about the kids, because these kids are rank on you, man. They say some real shit.
I'm
too.
sure they will.
Oh yeah, kids don't hold back.
Yeah, they and that's the thing about it. They're so brutally honest.
Brutal.
They're not really disrespectful. They're just brutally honest.
Yeah, because they're at that age. For one, they don't care.
Yeah.
Two, they kind of respect you, but they're gonna tell you.
They're gonna test you. Like little dude said to me, he said, "Mr. Wilson, how are you bald and need a haircut?"
That a bitch. Ain't that?
Well, they tell you what you need to hear. They tell you what you want to hear. They tell you
Well,
what
how
you
you
need
bald
to
and you
hear.
need a
How you
haircut?
bald and need a haircut?
Bitch.
Something you need to fix.
Because I didn't shave it today, son.
I called my barber and fixed it. You know, they keep you sharp.
Hey,
man.
yeah,
Kids will keep you sharp.
yeah. That's how it used to be for me. Like I used to cut school a lot, but you best believe when I came back, I was fresh and crispy. Line up, fade. New shoes, ready for whoever wanted to rank. I was ready for you,
Bro, if you went to high school in the 90s, you had to be razor sharp.
Yeah, you had to look like you had your own sitcom every day.
You had to, man. Like, it was for real. Like, it was real, man. Like, I remember, now I'm not even joking, and it's funny somebody else mentioned it, because I thought it was just me. People would sneak into the school to either watch the rank sessions or the rap battles.
The rank sections of the rap battles.
At Lincoln West, man, in the 90s, people would sneak into the school to either see the rank sessions or the rap battles.
No, but check this out.
Like, it was crazy, man.
Before Facebook and Instagram, you know what it was? Go sharpen your pencil.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So people can see your
It's like you
fit.
show off the fit.
Yeah, your shoes, like, yeah.
So stupid.
I wasn't that guy, man. I shot my pencils before I got to school. I ain't even good.
Go sharpen your pencil so you can show off your fit, your lineup, and your get up, your shoes. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
No. I got up because I didn't want to deal with nothing. I tried to buy some more time of listening to the teacher.
Nah, man. It was real back in the day, man. Because, like, that's when crack hit. And so you had, like, every 13-year-old had $10,000.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Pretty
saying?
much.
It was up. You know what I mean?
Pretty much.
You know, so you was either rich or you was poor. Like, there was no middle class in high school, bro.
So as far as your comedy, like, who would you say influenced you in comedy?
My father.
Okay.
The first and foremost, my father. I used to think my father and Richard Pryor was the same person. I really did. Man.
How so?
For a good, they was just similar.
Yeah.
They was just very similar. Like, I could show you pictures of my dad with the Jerry curl and the mustache, and he kind of looked like Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
And then he had a buddy, Larry. Shout out to LaRue. LaRue ski to his Polish friends. That's what he said. I'm LaRue. LaRue ski to my Polish friends. International player.
That's hilarious.
Like, LaRue
ski.
You talking shit, man. That's my godfather, man. LaRue.
Yeah.
But LaRue actually looked like Richard Pryor.
Wow.
So I'm like, am I related to Richard Pryor? Like, it was weird. It's a weird thing, man. But
yeah.
My father's the first person, man, because Wayne, like, he really didn't take anything seriously. Like, even almost to his detriment. Like, he didn't take anything seriously. He had a punchline for everything. And I'm a little more mature than he was.
All right. So
just a little bit.
So
little bit.
Your comedy style, like, if you was to go on tour with somebody, like, who would you say you would be? You would, not saying your comedy is like that person, but who would you fit into that groove with? Going on tour.
I like to go on tour with Eddie B. Comedy.
Eddie B. Comedy.
Yeah, he does a teacher's thing where he talks about, like, working in the schools and the things you go through working in the schools and the kids, and, like, he even does, like, these viral clips of news clips about something that happened in the school, whatever. Maybe a teacher showed up drunk or whatever, and he'll clip and make his punchlines to it.
Okay.
But I would like to be on, like, if he did a tour, I would like to be on that tour.
Yeah. Okay. For those that don't know, like me, I'm gonna look him up. Eddie B. Comedy.
I never heard of Eddie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does, like, a teachers only tour.
Okay.
Because listen, man, the teachers That's an entire community.
Oh,
and it's a worldwide, it's almost like Beyonce fans and then teachers.
You know what's funny? No, what's funny about that is because I used to work for the school district because I used to drive the school bus. Okay. But I used to go to the Christmas parties and be all the teachers. Yeah. And there used to be teachers there when I was in fucking high school or middle school, and they'd still be there getting fucked up, dog.
You got to, man.
I'm like,
listen, man. I don't know who can put this together, but every teacher said drink at least once a month for free. And I mean top shelf, no bullshit.
I can see why.
Every bar needs at least one day, man. Yeah. One good Friday to where teachers can get fucked up.
And I couldn't even imagine.
You know what? In my opinion, I think that people that work in produce, nurses, working produce. Like food.
How stressful is produce, man? Is it bad out there?
It's important.
Okay.
Without it, we'll die. That's important.
Right. I'm just talking about stress levels, man.
No, but I'm just saying, like, the highest paid skilled thing should be produce.
Highest skilled paid. Oh yeah.
Produce, nurses, teachers. Those should be the top of the line job. Produce, because without it, we need
a raise, yo.
We need produce, and you know what? Like, you know, when you go into it, you know a difference between a Save-A-Lot and maybe a Zagaras or something like that. When you go into those stores and you see somebody polishing each apple with a rag. It's a difference, you know, that actually cares for the display of produce. It's stuff that we take for granted. Because I went into a Save-A-Lot and I wanted some salad stuff. And it was like gnats and maggots all over the tomatoes. And I told the young lady, it's gnats and gnats and maggots all over the tomatoes. And she looked at me like, so what you telling me for? Right. You know what I'm saying?
She's worried, said she ain't worried about that shit. She put up what they brought in.
What I'm saying is, produce is important. That's what we taking our in our body.
But that young ass kid don't give a fuck.
But if the young ass kid was getting paid $35 an hour, she might give a fuck.
They might for a while.
Cash a couple checks and like, I don't really need this.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, produce, nurses, and teachers.
Yeah, I hear you.
They you know, because we need somebody to actually like. They're our future. They're our future nurses and doctors and people that's gonna care for us when we get old.
You,
I've seen Grey's Anatomy.
Let me tell you this, man. Like working in the schools, what we really need to help these kids with is STEM. That's science, technology, engineering, and math.
Right. Gene, I'm gonna throw this water at you. if you don't silence that phone, man.
He's scrolling through TikTok over here.
They need to focus on STEM and trades.
STEM and trades.
Oh,
put it on silent, man. He over there dinging. He got the right answer on his.
He's from Columbus, man.
So I always like to ask this question. You got into it about 10, 12 years ago. So what made you, at what point in your life were you like, you know what? I'm about to do this.
I can do this for a living.
Or even try to even start.
Question, man. It was D-Hawk.
Shout out to D-Hawk.
D-Hawk, man. D-Hawk was the first person to pay me to do comedy. He paid me $5.
Okay.
He did, man. No, Hawk was a real. Listen, man. Hawk was. He been a real one, man, for like a very long time, man.
Yeah,
like,
still is.
I'm gonna be honest with you, like the way Cleveland rock with each other, that's post D-Hawk. Before D-Hawk, it wasn't even really a comedy scene. Like,
really?
For real, like. I mean, you had a few people. No diss. I'm not dissing anybody. I'm not.
Right.
But what it is now wasn't that prior to D-Hawk.
Shout out to D-Hawk.
But yeah, so he would do the Dog Pound Grill on St. Clair. And it'd be me, him, Jin, High Holla.
Oh, High Holla.
I love everybody you just named.
Yep.
Burner
shout out to Burner.
There's a lot of us, man. And we would go to, Don C. I don't know if y'all know Don Shear, man.
Yeah, shout out to Don C.
Hey, Don Shear is like this like big white dude, right? Like he's like a cocky white dude, right? And Don Shear told a whole bar full of black people to shut the fuck up. And they did it. Dossie, man. That's my guy. Like, he don't play around. But that's why I cut my teeth, man, because a lot of times they weren't there for comedy.
Right.
So you had to like command the crowd. Like you had to do crowd work and talk about this, that, and third. You know, so
That's tough.
Yeah, it was tough.
That bar crowd is a totally different story.
When they're not there for comedy, they don't give it. When it's Taco Tuesday, they don't give a damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dollar shots and all that. They don't want to hear what
they're showing up. Yeah, they're showing up for the evening, not for you.
Yeah, about that. You know, they're shooting pools and all that. They don't care.
But shout out to y'all and how you got started within it. But at what point, when you like sitting on the couch, or what job, or were you like, you know what? Or did somebody say, hey, just come here and do this? And
no, that was it. That
was it?
Yeah, just
okay.
Because it'll be every week. Like every week we showed up. First of all, it started at Swerve Grill. I'm gonna give you the. Okay, so we had Swerve Grill, and sometimes, man, people not only heckle, but they try to heckle to where they want to take over the show.
Right.
So like we doing our bit, whatever, everybody going up, whatnot, and it's these two dudes by the bar, and they just overly talking loud. Okay. You can just tell they want to be
being that. Yeah.
So by the time I got up, I made them niggas part of the set. I did my little 1-2 ha ha he's to warm the crowd, and I just went in on the niggas, man. And I'm talking about it got so bad. The one dude was like, "Meet me outside." Okay. And I'm like, "What's outside that ain't right here?" You know what I'm saying? What you want to do? You know what I mean? So once it was like that, I was like, "Yeah, I could do this."
Okay.
I could do this.
Yeah.
And I get paid. I could do this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because the crowd was with me. They was like, "What you do for a living?" I was like, "I work in a school," and the place erupted. Because they were trying to enjoy the show.
Right.
And the one dude, I said he was dressed like Eddie Murphy from Boomerang. nigga had the Johnny Gill. Nigga had the Bill Bellamy.
One of my favorite
high
movies.
top and shit. You know what I mean? Shout out to Bill Bellamy. I'm just saying.
It's one of my influences.
Just a reference. And the other dude was dressed like Tommy from Martin.
Whoa!
I'll let that nigga have it, man. Because they was trying to talk to some ladies. You know what I'm saying? I was like, why you talking to him? He ain't even got no job. Nigga, I was roasting these niggas, man. I let them have it, man. So once I did that, I was like, yeah, I could do this. Oh yeah, I could do this.
Oh yeah.
You know?
And so you've been. That's what's up, man. See, look, I like to look at see where people started from, because that's 10, 12 years ago. I know how old you are now, so it's just like, at what point in your age, in your life, do you like, okay, I'm gonna pursue this and start? I mean, we all have jobs and careers and things we gotta do outside of this to pay the bills, obviously, but to actually,
I give you one. And not to name drop, but fuck it. Sam Silk.
Okay.
Shout out to Sam Silk. Silks.
Big brother Sam Silk. Man.
Okay.
Once I was doing video, like I do video and stuff. Like,
okay.
Right? So I was doing video for them at Radio 1, saying all of that. And then one day, I guess just in conversation, I cracked jokes. Like, this is my life. I can't take nothing seriously.
Right, 100%.
So one day he just looked at me I'm almost disgust. He's like, man, when you gonna start doing comedy?
Damn.
And it hit me, because now you gotta consider the source.
Right.
This guy's legendary radio personality. Everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
So he done seen the levels of, so for him to not only mention that, but mention it as if I'm wasting my life and talent.
Right.
I gotta do this shit.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I have to.
Right.
And he cussed me out about a year ago, last summer, because I was just like, is any jobs at the radio station, whatever. And no bullshit, man. Sam got nose to nose. I was so uncomfortable. I was so very uncomfortable. But he talked to me like I was a little bitch, man. And he was like, are you telling me you gonna quit your comedy show to make sure a radio show is on? He just he basically telling me follow my dream.
Right.
It's bumpy now, but follow your dream.
Yeah.
But he was sunning the shit out of me, man.
Wow.
Right.
And I just felt small. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
But shout out to Sam Silk, man.
Shout out to Sam.
He keep you on track, man. He's a good guy, man.
Yeah.
Shout
I
out to Big
mean,
Brother
sometimes
Sam
we need reality checks like that.
Yeah.
I mean, as a comic myself, sometimes, like when you feel like you want to give it up, or why am I doing this? Something or somebody will happen and you'll be like, that's why I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they straight check you. Like, again, like my thing is like when you're on a path and bad things happen, I don't look at it like the devil trying to get me. I look at it as like God saying, are you sure this is what you want?
Right.
Like you just said, we talked about earlier, like, when you ask for courage, he puts you in a position to be courageous.
Yep.
Right.
So that's how I look at it, man. So when you meet those obstacles, I be like, thanks for the confirmation.
Right.
It's only an obstacle if I'm moving.
So here go my question. This is for like the Cleveland area. Like, do you think? Well, you said D-Hawk started a movement, but why do you think that people don't support people like they do in this area? Do you think it's this area or it's just this entertainment field? Period. Like, why people don't support like they, like they could or should? Why do you think that is?
You want the truth?
I want the truth. This is Midnight Paco. We speak the truth here.
That's what we do here.
Let the church say amen.
Amen.
It's biblical, man.
Yeah.
It's biblical. A prophet is not appreciated in his own home. He's not. Bone Thugs and Harmony, for example. They went all the way to L.A. And they was like fight or flight. Nigga, no. They went with pure faith. They took a big leap of faith.
Right.
But they went all the way across town to do it. You know what I'm saying?
He was
and then
talking
they came
about
back.
that.
So, like, you even look at biblical stuff. It was Jesus of Nazareth, not Jesus in Nazareth. He left and came back or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like that, man. It's like, and then you look at the people who you grew up with. They're a part of who you become.
Right.
So you really can't tell them your story because they were part of the story.
Right.
So you take what you learn and then you go to Youngstown or you go to of the city, and they know you strictly for your craft.
Right.
And it's just a different appreciation.
Big difference. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what I think it is. Like, people, one thing that bothers me, man, people say, my family don't support, my family ain't shit, and they stop talking to family members. Family ain't supposed to support.
Right.
They was, you know what I mean? They helped you become who you are. They're not supposed to support you. Strangers supposed to support you.
Oh, people are all like, I live with that. I grew up with that. I've been around that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I help you build who you are. I'm a part of your story.
Right.
I'm not to support. I'm a part of the fabric.
100%.
That's a different way of looking at it because I actually felt the opposite. I'm like, you should be supporting me.
No. I don't ask any of my family members to show up. I never do. If they want to, that's fine. I love them for sure. They already know. But I don't rely on that.
That's definitely a different take. I'm glad you said that. That's a different take on that because
and it makes you hustle more too.
Yeah.
Now I got to convince people I don't even know who I am.
Yeah.
You know.
Gene, you go ahead. You can go. Yeah, you say.
Are you going?
All right, man.
All right, be safe.
Shut up, baby.
Y'all. Love y'all, man.
Yeah.
Love you too, baby.
No worries. Be safe going. 5-0 around this bitch.
Yeah. But
Yeah. So I mean, and I'm glad you said that because that gives me a different perspective because I'm thinking like, but you saying that's the steel that a part of the steel that sharpened you.
yeah.
Right.
It made you who you are. Now that they made, they formed you, share yourself with the world because we've already did our part.
Yeah. That's you leave the nest. You got to leave the nest, man. I feel like everybody should, at a certain age, just crap their pants and jump in the lake. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Go for it. You know what I mean?
Well, that's
this older cat told me, he said at the end of it, when it's all said and done, you don't even know who you buried next to.
Ooh.
Go for it. Why not?
Because you don't.
You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know who you are.
Yeah.
You probably don't care either.
You bought a lot.
Unless you bought a lot and,
but that don't mean nothing.
You right.
All of a sudden, that lot could have been sold, canceled, put you in the goddamn swamp.
So, just little tidbits like that, man, keep me motivated. We got the show coming up September 24th, forgot to mention.
There you go.
Got the next show. Every month at the B-side, we've been selling out every month.
At the B-side, in the Cleveland Heights area. Everybody, Coventry, Cleveland Heights, if you're in the Cleveland, Ohio area, on the B-side, you said every Sunday or every other Sunday?
Every third Sunday of the month.
Every third Sunday of the month.
Once a month. Okay.
Yeah, once a month.
On the B-side. Can you plug that in?
Yeah, I'll you have the flyer out?
I'll send it to you.
Okay, because I'll pop that baby up right here if I can.
I'll send it to you. I gotta.
Is that you and Gene or just you?
Yeah, me and Gene, we've been doing we did a summer comedy series. So we did a three comedy series, 3-show comedy series, June, July, and August.
Dope.
And each time we did better and better, and we was able to record it. We're gonna put it out on digital platforms like Tubi and stuff like that.
Okay.
Nice.
And the biggest thing for me is I was able to put other comedians on stage,
right,
and get them camera time.
Yeah,
nice.
And really, and shout out to Hype Squad Media. the way they set the cameras up was so dope, man. Like it looked like the professional.
Oh, they got good shots and all
Oh
this.
man, it's nice, man. I can show y'all some stuff now.
Yeah, man. Talk about that, man. I mean, because you already like it ain't like you talking like and you haven't been on Tubi before,
Right?
Like, have you had? Is there any other projects where people can find you?
I'm just working and developing stuff, man. Like one thing I can tell people, man, you need a team. Mm-hmm. As big as your idea is, and as much as you think you can do each part of it,
Right.
we don't consider time as a factor.
Right. Sure,
You know what I mean? Like sometimes you know time is a big factor, man.
Absolutely.
If you can get 3 people to do 9 things total, is better than one person doing 9 things.
100%.
Absolutely.
You know,
100%.
So no, we still building and reconfiguring everything, but it's up now, man. Like for me, the train already left the station.
Okay.
One of my fears is
Right.
I stopped doing this and I become the guy who used to be Spike Lee. You know
So,
what I'm saying?
so Spike Lee, in addition to your comedy and your youth mentoring, because that's what it is, it's like a youth mentoring. Like, what are some other things that you open to, like sitcoms and writing, or talk about that a little bit. Like, what else is an interest?
Shit, his life could be a sitcom, honestly.
Yeah, but your life could too, or mine could, but I may not be interested in. So is it what is it that you like willing to do or share your talent? Like
I grew up, I'm pure hip hop, man, and I'm real, golden era hip hop with the storytellers,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where Ice Cube can tell a story about once upon a time of the projects, and then he writes, are we there yet? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So I'm from the storytellers era, man. So, and then I learned video production, and that was documentary film.
Okay.
So I love to hear stories. So I'm all about we can do sitcoms, man. We can do short films, feature lengths, music videos, whatever. I'm an editor. I got my degree in graphic design.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm all about the visuals and stuff like that.
Reason why I ask, because you got some comedians that just will say and they'll tell you, I just want to do my comedy.
He keeps talking about me.
I just want to do my comedy.
We come back to it. Look, my whole purpose was to get into this was to do comedy. Now, I wasn't saying I didn't want to do anything else.
This motherfucking movie show.
I'm just not trying to audition. Yeah, I am. I got a part. That was dope. But Javon just gave it to me. It was one of those things where I got put into the part. He asked me because I played the role. I didn't audition for nothing. You know what I mean?
You don't like the audition?
I just wasn't. That wasn't one of my things. I just wanted to do the comedy. You know what I mean?
I just want to do my comedy.
And I said, if a part rolled up and it was just perfect, and I didn't have to, okay, I'll do it. But I'm just not like I didn't get into it to be an actor. That's what it was. I got into it to do comedy. That's why he talks shit all the time.
Then you got to figure different genres of comedy. You got stand up. You got improv.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One of my goals is to really kind of redo what Kenan Ivory Wayans did.
Shout out to Kenan, shout out to Robert Townsend, all those cats.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I really think we can do that, man.
We got the talent here in the land alone.
We got way too much quality talent.
Are you kidding
me? Way too much, man.
The best is because you could see people and how they could play certain roles too. You know what I mean? It's just
way too much talent.
The problem is getting everyone together.
You know who I want to see do a movie, man? Just be in the movie at some point. GW Nail.
Oh yeah,
shout out to
I want to see GW, man. I love that lady, man.
Some people call her the Cleveland's own Roseanne.
Oh, she got to be
that. What's that? Melissa who plays in the. Melissa's son, she plays in that movie, Identity Theft. You ever see Identity?
What's her name? I know you're talking about. I can think her name. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, Identity Theft or whatever the case. She's
we're gonna look it up and we're gonna pop it in.
No, I need Melissa something.
Yeah, but she's another like.
Yeah, she's hilarious. Identity Theft is hilarious.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Just calm. She could play those type of roles.
No, GW Nails. I love her.
Yeah,
Lady Giblets.
yeah. Shout out to GW. She's another one. Absolutely. Yeah, she's gonna be on the show.
Yeah,
absolutely. So basically, like as far as the entertainment realm, you willing to do skits and doing some writing and like if you could wave a magic wand, let me put it, a magic realistic one, what would Spike Lee be doing like right now?
Right now, as far as projects,
Yeah, as far as you know,
we could do something like Uptown Saturday Night.
well, that's with Bill Cosby and Sidney Poitier.
Yeah. Because it's enough of us, man. It's enough of us to be. Everybody can be a role player.
Yeah.
Like you look at, I want to say Lil Duval and T.I. and them. They got a movie coming out. I don't know if it's dropped yet, but they got this movie coming out. And it's basically, you got Desi Banks. Shout out to Desi Banks. I met Desi Banks once.
All of the internet, the new up and coming comics.
It's like, I met, just a quick shout out, man. I was able to meet Wallow. Shout out to Wallow.
Shout out to Wallow.
I was able to meet Wallow, man. It was a blessing. And he put me on the phone with Desi Banks.
Dope.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a blessing, man. I was like way starstruck, man. That was wonderful.
A little bit.
But they got this movie going. So I just look at it like the same with us, man. Like they took people that they knew and they created a plot. They created, you know what I mean? And they just plugged everybody in.
Right.
I feel like we can do that too.
Absolutely, man. Because
100%,
the talent is definitely here, and everybody can get they little individual shine on. You know, people. Shout out to people that've been doing that because I feel like Keenan is one of those, but he did it mostly his family, and ain't no pun against that. That's dope.
That's the beauty of it. He didn't have to look no further.
Right.
Yeah.
He probably looked at family like, I'll be right back. And
Right.
on the camera.
Yeah. Well, on top of that, Ice Cube.
baby.
I'll be right back.
Ice Cube did that.
Yeah.
Before Ice Cube, Spike Lee did too. Spike Lee, I mean, it wasn't comedians, but it was like he kept a certain amount of people employed. He fed a lot of families with his movies, and you saw all the familiar faces.
The thing about being a
movies.
filmmaker, which is so deep about being a filmmaker, people have to believe in you first.
Absolutely.
Right.
Before anything. When Mars Blackman, he said, I want to be Mars Blackman, and he was respectfully, he was a nobody in the industry.
Right.
And these people had to believe in him.
Right.
And say, okay, I rock with you. And of course, he'll pay him or whatever, but you had to believe in it because the folks had to rehearse and move around their schedule and all this for this no-name guy who wants to do this movie. This is student film.
That's when
so it's all about relationships, man. Yeah.
That's when you see things, because me being a part of this one, it was like, I never did lines. I never prepared to do a role. You know what I mean? So the way I did it was just record it and listen to it all day long in my head, and I knew kind of where it was. But when I got there, I knew my lines. But then you got to act and do all that other shit. You know what I mean? So it's a whole different other realm.
You got to believe in that person's vision.
It's a process.
100%. Yeah.
Spike Lee had something inside of his mind.
Right.
And the relationship he had with those people, they allowed to what it came from his mind to go in their minds, and it grew.
Yeah.
And it continued to grow.
So the beautiful thing is you don't need like my example is Clerks. You ever seen Clerks?
Yeah.
Minimal people, minimal places.
Wasn't it in black and white too?
It was still and it was in black and white. Yeah. It's just what you can do with minimalistic
tools.
You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things I always keep in mind.
It's the Midnight Paco podcast.
And that speaks to great writing too.
100%. It was all about dialogue.
Yeah, it was all about dialogue. Yeah. I mean, so basically, for Spike Lee, we can expect
big thing,
skits, movies.
I'm just getting started, man.
Which is dope.
Listen, man. I'm just getting started, man. And when I say that, I mean that as far as comedy, I mean that as far as mentoring, as far as helping the kids, helping the youth, helping the community. I'm just getting started, bro. Doing these videos.
Right?
Yeah.
Y'all gonna see, man. Y'all gonna see.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna see.
That's dope.
I'm just be honest with you, man.
Yeah.
So, because the people rock with me.
Yeah.
I can right now, dude. I can hit up comedians, whether they're necessarily no names, or they're legendary. I can hit them up right now.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's a big thing. We talk about it all the time. That's his superpower. You know, networking and being just good person and cool people and having that connection, man. People do a lot of things.
You know what? And let me just say this, and this is no pun against nobody. Like, people really got to check their egos, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Check your egos. You know, why when I call national touring comedians, they pick up on the first ring? and I can't get a call back from Spike Lee? Spike Lee don't answer my call? I'm just using that as an example, man. Look, you see Spike Lee's here, so you know I'm just fucking around. But I'm just saying, like, people got to check their egos, man, because we all trying. We all out here doing it. We see each other all the time.
All the time.
We playing the same stages.
Same stages.
And it's like, it's certain people, you know, I've been told no. And I'm like, you telling me no, but Spike Lee came and said yes. Like, and you ain't even there yet.
Right.
You know, right. Spike Lee did my show.
Right. Yeah.
And you telling me no, you said,
I've explained this to him. It's because, look, we're young in the game.
I know.
You know, we go around with our merch, our shirts, us on our shirts. Our Cordell's Rest Fresh shirts.
I wear my Justin Fuller shirt.
Justin Fuller shirts, you know. It's tough, man. People look at things like that, and it's, you know, they get over it. It's all good. You know?
I mean, we all trying to do the same thing, you know.
That's the thing. I just like comedy, man. That's the beautiful thing I like to see is different perspectives. Nobody's talking about much of the stuff I'm talking about.
Yeah.
No.
If you could say some of the silly shit that comes into this head, good luck. Good.
I don't understand when people click up, like on the comedy scene. That's the weirdest thing to me, man.
It happens,
like
though.
In open mics, you literally see a group, they over there and they don't like them. Like, but first of all, none of y'all funny.
Right.
First of all, I'll roast listen, man, let me tell you about me, man. I will roast everybody, man, except my little sister. But I roasted my grandson the other day.
He deserves it.
He had it coming. I don't understand, man.
No.
So I hate to see that when these cats be, oh man, I don't rock with such and such and this the woo. Like, both of y'all stupid.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know.
No, that's truly crazy, especially at this part of the game. In my opinion, I feel like it's etiquette to it. Like, it's etiquette to it. You should, you know, stay in your lane.
Right.
As far as this game go, and you know, just be humbled and honored that that the Spike Lee is on my show.
Bam.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about.
First of all, I appreciate the respect and all that, man. But you keep making it seem like I'm Michael Jackson or something.
Hey.
No, man.
I appreciate. Listen. My future self is gonna love this because my present self don't think I'm as big as y'all making me.
Well, we look at it like this.
My future self appreciates this, man. Thank you.
we look at it like this. We came into the game young, obviously, but he was told who to link up with, and everybody has done nothing but show us love and respect.
Yeah, basically.
And our goal within our own podcast is to pump up all of these Cleveland comics that are around the scene that are dope.
That are dope.
You know what I mean? It's not a big platform. We're trying to make it bigger, but anybody that's listening is gonna know who you are and what you're about, and they hear your story.
Now they can match a face.
Yeah,
because they heard your name before.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's not like you haven't been around this area. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's pregame. We heard everybody knows everybody around here, so everybody knows your name.
Yeah. But in addition to that, you know, you traveled. You've been other places, so it's like
it ain't like this ain't the only area that you perform at. So
man, like the thing about comedy, man, like and it goes back to you asking me about mentoring. Comedy and tragedy are right next to each other.
Right,
two sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
So something could be so tragic, like I make jokes about the kids. I'm not talking about things that they can't do, that they can't read. A lot of them can't read an analog clock. Things they're not cursive.
Yeah, well, that's just a failure of the system.
But the fact is, that's not funny.
Nah,
it's not. That's horrible. Like, you know what I mean? I talk about. I say this. It's in my album. I say a young lady was 14 years old in the 6th grade, had a baby in the movie theater, and named the baby Matinee.
That a bitch.
But that's sad. Like,
it's sad, but it sounds like a reality.
It sounds like a reality,
Yeah.
You can go visit it at 12:45, 3:15.
Real quick, you mentioned your album. You got an album out?
Yeah, I got an album out. Spike Lee. I mean, seriously.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long is that?
It's only about 15 minutes. It's like a 15-minute set I did.
Okay. How long ago did you release that?
2019.
Okay.
Yeah. Episode of the Midnight Paco Podcast brought to you in part by the Acumen Paralegal Services. Help you help yourself the legal way. The services that they offer is they help with documents that need to be typed, guardianships, probate, divorce, wills and trust, complaints, business organization, financial planning, and legal research and writing. Go ahead and give them a call at 216-727-0049 or 216-456-2000. Michelle White will get you right.
Any other projects that people need to, if they want to look up Spike Lee, what are some things they need to look up?
Look up a good media team and tell them to hit me up so we can flow this shit. I got a whole, listen, man, I'm gonna be honest, I got a gang of content on my hard drive. I got a gang of stuff. I can drop an album right now.
Oh, damn.
Like literally tonight. I got enough on my hard drive. But I wanna do it correctly. And because of that, I've been procrastinating and time has passed.
Yes.
So if y'all know anybody who's willing to do digital marketing, I got a great formula and we can get some money. Like, it's been working for me, but it can work even better.
This is
So
a
somebody
graphic
hit me up,
designer
man.
talking about video marketing.
Look, check this out. But in addition to that, he has an album. He also has Mama Lulu's tour.
Yep.
He's doing a show.
September
24th at the B-side. Every month at the B-side, man. Just check the calendar. I'm blocked September, October, November, and December. The December show is called the You Ain't Getting Shit for Christmas comedy show. So we gonna turn it up, man. I'm for real.
That's dope.
Follow me everywhere, Uncle Lou 216, Uncle LOU 216. Follow me, man. I'm standing right here.
That's
There it
dope.
is,
Hey, yo,
everybody.
Jay, where they can find you at, bro?
You can follow me at Justin Fuller Comedy on Instagram, people.
I am the_great_COREE. That's where you can find me. Or you can find us both at the Midnight Paco Podcast.
What the suck?
What? At the Midnight Paco Podcast on Instagram.com, or you can, that's where you can find us both. Hey, I want to thank Spike Lee again
100%.
for coming through. Shout out.
you. Got
Appreciate
you
you.
on,
Great
brother.
episode, my brother.
Appreciate
Thank you
you,
for
Yes,
coming
sir.
through,
Thank you
man.
very much.
Thank you.
Hey, that's a dope shirt he got on too. That shit.
Oh.
And I got the Midnight Paco Podcast shirt on, man.
Dope.
Oh,
I gotta wear it again because enough people ain't see me just yet.
That's
I might
right.
be out here fresh, man. And my
Word.
birthday tomorrow. Shout out to all the Virgos,
Yeah.
man.
Happy birthday,
Hey,
Spike Lee.
listen, man. Virgos is something special. Like, I'm gonna just be honest with you, especially September Virgos. I don't know what it is,
my daddy, dog.
but I mean, you can run a list of September Virgos, man, and we real special people, man.
Shout out to
bless.
that.
Shout out to those Virgos.
Big Don Fuller. Peace out.
Hey, it's a dad's birthday tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to Big Don Fuller, man.
Yeah,
My
Big
birthday
Don.
twin, man. Shout out to you, brother.
And you said Easy E too, right?
And Easy E, Easy motherfucking E, man.
Oh.
September 7th, man. I'm telling you, September Virgos is something special. I'm telling you, man.
One of my faves. All my faves. Look at that.
Nice. Good shit,
Peace.
Spike Lee.
All right.
Midnight Paco. Midnight Paco Podcast. Midnight Paco. Midnight Paco Podcast. Midnight Paco. Midnight Paco Podcast.